Welcome to the Talking the Line podcast, presented to you by Talking the Line Sports Media, giving you our best insights and analysis so you can rake in some cold hard cash on your next sports bet. Now sit on back, open up your mind, and let's cash some tickets. We can't thank you enough for joining us. We hope you enjoy. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, degenerates and gamblers, far and wide. Welcome in to episode number 194 of the Talking the Line podcast on this absolutely beautiful Tuesday of Bets, also known as, so you don't have to check your calendar for the first time today, January the 4th in the year 2022. It's a new year. It's a new show, the second show of the week, the second show of the new year. Welcome in. Welcome back. Let's get into it. Now, before we actually dive into today's loaded show, I bring in my partner. We do all the usual formalities. We got to do a few more formalities. So before we go anywhere, please take a few moments to smash that subscribe button on whatever platform you are currently ingesting the TTL pod on. If you are watching on YouTube, you might as well hit that notification bell over there as well so you never miss the start of a live show or any additional content dropping here on the YouTubes. Or if you're watching on one of our social media platforms, make sure you hit that like button, that follow button there, so you never miss any of our additional social media content. Or one final group of human beings we have to recognize here. If you're listening to the pod, make sure you hit that subscribe button there. If you haven't already, on your favorite podcast directory, as we do release the audio of every live show after each episode is complete. Next item up on the docket, if you could be so kind while you're watching today's show, you can find it in your heart to do so. Please hit that like button, leave us a comment, leave us a rating, jump on over yonder in the live chat. If you are watching live, we can't tell you how much we appreciate it when you do those things, and it only helps us make TTL Sports Media bigger and better for each and every one of you. I almost forgot as well. Don't forget to hit that share button. Send it on over to your brothers, sisters, friends, enemies, neighbors, people who live on the opposite side of the globe as you, but you refer to as a good old-fashioned ticket cashing degenerate, because that's what we are here at the TTL pod. And again, Cannot tell you how much we appreciate it when you do that, because it only helps us make this old TTL Sports Media rocket ship go straight to the moon. Next item up on the docket, it would be the TTL link tree in this episode's description. In that episode's description, in that link tree, you will find, I'm all over the fucking place right now, the talkingtheline.com website, all of the TTL Crew social platforms, and all of our additional content. So you can consume all of that jazz however and whenever you please. Ladies and gentlemen, and beautiful gambling people, joining us for episode number 194 of the TTL Pod. I am your humble, honored, hyped, and always handicapping host, Colt Soroka, and I can't thank you enough for choosing to stop by and hang out with me and my partner on this gorgeous Tuesday of bets. Get some picks, get some analysis. Definitely the most important parts, but some laughs, some motivation, dive into some rabbit holes along the way, a little bit of an hour and a half mental vacation for all of us, if you will. Without further ado, let me bring in that aforementioned partner so we can get on with today's show. You know him around these parts as the man, the myth, the degenerate gambling legend, and the number one seed, resident South Sider and Green Bay Cheesehead faithful himself. That is the number one seed. If you didn't know, the Green Bay Packers, you're welcome. My friend, bring him on in, Mr. Riley RMags Magnuson. Partner, how you doing over there today, pal?
My man, I'm doing fantastic. Thanks for reminding me. Seems like you're trying to take the air out of my sails once again, but I wasn't going to bring it to the table here, so thanks for mentioning it for me. But nonetheless, man, I am doing absolutely fantastic. A barn burner we saw last night on Monday Night Football, for goodness sake. But I don't know about you, my man, but, warming up a little bit here in the old January Windy City, kind of, not really. But I'm doing pretty decent, man. What about you?
I'm doing spectacular as per usual. Not really warming up in the Windy City last time I checked, as I kind of glance out of the crack in the window there.
22 as opposed to 15, you know?
Oh, yeah, a couple extra degrees up from single digits. No problem, no harm, no foul. Barn burner and a half. We'll talk about that game in full. Second half of the show, we'll dive deep into it. But, hey, hell of a time that you mentioned the Monday Night Football game, because you did have a pick out of that Monday Night Football game that I do believe was a winner, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, something like that.
Oh, okay. Well, we are a full transparency show, and that being the case, we do like to share those winners with you, but we got to share the losers with you too. Sometimes they happen. Most of the time they don't. We like to tell you to judge us by our losers because we have so few. Today, we don't have to worry about it because we went straight to the doggone pay window as a crew for the first time today. Let's recap the TTL Crew's best bets from Monday, January the 3rd, 2022. Partner, straight above us, 2-1 on the day. Cast the Steelers -1.5. Pretty much cast it anywhere you went. If you were a backer of the Cleveland Browns, you got yourself a nice CLV trophy, regardless of where you decided to back them at. Partner, on the college basketball hardwood, you went 1-1. Texas Southern Tigers -1.5. Couldn't get it done against Southern. And then Bama A&M took care of the old Arkansas Pine Bluff Lions with ease. Any, first reaction, first thoughts here, fresh off 2-1 evening for you on the books?
Nothing crazy, man. I mean, collectively, you and I taking care of the SWAC, 2-1 out of the SWAC, 4 games yesterday. So,
yes, sir.
Props to us for that one. But yeah, as far as that football game last night, man, I'm not really patting myself on the back too much there. that Browns Baker Mayfield was absolutely brutal. Big Ben. Threw 40 passes for 120 yards or something like that. It was not a entertaining watch, but hey, I'll take the winner nonetheless.
150%. Speaking of my picks, the SWAC, Bethune-Cookman +2.5, easy money. I told you guys probably end up sprinkling on the money line. I did. Bethune-Cookman won that bad boy outright, and then Towson. Pretty funny, and I'll actually talk about this with one of my picks today, but Towson ticked up to -3.5. They were 3.5-point favorites, and they lost the game outright by exactly 4 points. Great big, how you doing? What do you know about that? How you doing? Well, what I know is that it's phooey, and I ain't falling for the trap again. So I located another game that exact same thing's hanging out and doing. So you're going to have to stick around and see for my best bets to find out and see what actually I got coming on is what I'm coming to you is what I'm trying to say. Moving right along, Monday Madness Parlay.
We might not be hockey sharps anymore.
We might not be hockey sharps. We went 3-1 on this bad boy out of the 4 legs. Mavs money line easy. Kentavious Caldwell Pope easy money under the 20.5, and Wisconsin 13 plus 13 got the outright win. Oilers money line. Oilers got clapped in the first, second, and third period. They never looked good. They never were in the game. It was never in our favor. I don't know what the hell happened. No. And for that, I truly apologize. Moneyline Dice offer no apologies whatsoever. No. Doubled down on the Washington Wizards. Got the Washington Wizards straight to the pay window on the money line. I believe that was right around minus 120, maybe a little less, somewhere in that ballpark. Either way, I put a little bit of cash down on that bad boy, got her straight to the pay window. Oh, yeah. So if you backed us all the way across the board, had a solid day, 4-2. If you do the if you're kind of doing the straight plays, 4-3. If you're adding in the special play as well, but if you bet, as we say, follow the unit system, half units, quarter units as well on the Moneyline Dice rolls and our special plays, then you had a day in the green, it looks like to me.
Took care of some business, most definitely.
We had a day in the green as well. So there you go. There you have it. All of the TTL Crew's best bets of the day from January the 3rd, 2022. Partner, any late-breaking news here before we get on to the show? Looked like you had a little something going on there.
Not like late-breaking news. I was just taking one last check at the box score because, we had the KCP prop in that Washington game. Washington got the win outright. Pretty damn sweaty. Told you to consider the under in the rebounds and assists for KCP. Those cash. But I think we mentioned it a little bit as far as Kyle Kuzma. You had him over 30.5 PRA. He had 36 points, 14 rebounds, 6 assists. Man, oof.
I'm going to have to get into the prop market to check some stuff because both of those pop. We didn't talk about that whatsoever on the show.
Okay.
We talked about it pre-show a lot. And, Kyle Kuzma, it was 30.5, 31.5. It was dancing around, and I like the over on both spots. When me and partner talked back and forth about it for a while, and finally he's like, I'm not about that one. Let's go to the KCP one. So KCP cash too. No harm, no foul. But dadgum, would have went 2-0. Man, maybe I have to get back into the old props there. We'll see what's up. All right, so there you go. There you have it. Yesterday's best bets. What's coming up on today's show? I'm so glad you asked because I am the exact fella to tell you. Usual shit. Tuesday's best bets. RMags picks. He's got 3 coming at you. 2 from the college basketball hardwood. 1 from the NBA. I got 5 coming at you. Putting the mid-major king crown on for a couple of plays. Then we're going to the SEC. And then we're heading on over to the Big East. So we got 5 picks in total coming from your boy today. Then we got the Twofer Tuesday Parlay, as per usual. Crew's favorite of the week, usually outside of the Wednesday Warrior. We love that one, too. And the Parlay Pop-Off. But Twofer Tuesday, well over 2-1 odds payout, so stick around for the second segment of the day once we get into that special play. We'll recap everything. Then we'll bring in the Moneyline Dice. Tried to figure out where the hell they are. Here they are, live in prime time. Ready to rock and roll whenever we bring them onto the show. We'll do their daily roll. NBA matchup, but you got to stick around for that roll to find out actually what the hell matchup that's going to be out of. Not telling you here today. What are you laughing at?
Oh, I was looking like you were trying to think of it and then just said, you know what, we'll tell you later.
Oh, no, I wasn't trying to think of it at all. Okay. I was looking at it right here on the screen. I know exactly what it is. But no, not trying to let you guys know. You got to stick around. Not any spoils. So that'll wrap up first half of the show, segues into the second half of the show. RMags Sidebar, his usual nonsense will get us into more nonsense, rabbit holes, banter, everything in between. Excited to see what you got today, partner. Got some other stuff written down, other nonsense we can get into. As I said just a little bit ago, get into the Monday Night Football game, talk about some of our content, other shit coming up, and then we'll wrap everything up with some motivation minutes. Outside of that, episode number 194 of the TTL pod in a nutshell, set to commence. Unless you have anything else to dish out, deliberate, banter about, or discuss before we get this here podcast train steaming on down the tracks, partner.
No, sir. I am ready to rock. No, not a single bit of news that I have seen. Actually, no. Washington football team going to reveal their name next month.
Oh, really? Next
Yeah,
month?
you didn't see
don't
that.
say?
February 2nd, going to reveal their name. They apparently said, I'm just reading this headline here, it's not going to be the Wolves or the Red Wolves. So if you're hoping for them to be the Wolves or the Red Wolves, you're shit out of luck.
Okay. Well, nothing there. All right. Well, I was really hoping to be able to howl or do some cool shit during that time,
cool.
but either
Maybe
way,
we'll try and guess that one, huh?
yeah. Hey, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it at the end of the show. WFT team name? Question mark? Question mark? All right, partner. Well, without further ado, well, one final thing. Please grab your mugs, lift them high in the sky, regardless of whatever time of day you're consuming this pod. To me, to you over there, good sir, to all you beautiful people sipping the black elixir of the gods, again, regardless of whatever time of the day it is, we do not judge. Take your sip, and I'll be right back. Oh, I need two, sorry.
No sweat, dude. I got the
Wow.
in case we got 5 o'clock somewhere, you're trying to cheers as far as
Oh, all right. Your little leftovers from
No,
New
my
Year's
fucking-
there, huh?
My girlfriend has been we have 100% clean dishes. She just got like new wine glasses, and for whatever reason has been like using them as water glasses. And she's like goes to work and says, "Here, you want the rest of my water?" Okay, I guess.
Oh, all right, for sure.
So it looks like I'm
Hell of a
It
story.
looks like I'm getting a little wino on the show, but that's not the case.
Okay.
Trying to clear that up is why
For
I'm bringing
sure.
it up.
Okay, well, there you go. There we had it. All of us were questioning your alcoholic statics, so glad you got it all cleared up for us. All right, without further ado, it's going to be one hell of a show. We're already closed off the rails. Either way, for now. Cut the nonsense, quit the drama, and cut the banter that you could go to every other sports media outlet and get. You come to the TTL pod for the Stone Cold Locks, picks, insights, analysis, admittedly diving into a few rabbit holes from time to time, but most importantly, running tickets to the pay window with the TTL crew all day and night long. So without further ado, it is time to get into the first segment of today's show. The usual segment, the staple first segment, the never-changing first segment of this here TTL pod. RMags, best bets of the day. My friends, I suggest you turn your volume way on up. Definitely think about a little NSFW in the back of your mind. If you are consuming at work, we do get a little wild here as the segments roll on. I will offer even more of a stern NSFW during mine, even more into the second half of the show. But for now, I yield back. Partner, let it rip, let them have it, and as always, you have the floor.
Alrighty, dude. I'm going to kick it off in the NBA tonight. First of 3 picks, only NBA pick that I've got tonight. I am going to the Grizzlies and Cavaliers matchup. This one is in Cleveland. I'm taking the home favorite in this one, Cavs -3. Certain angle that I'm playing in this one, partner. Obviously, we all know how good the Cavs have been this year, how good they've been to the number, 21-16 straight up, and a nice clip of 25-12 ATS. Now, Grizzlies. No sweat on the Grizzlies here. We both like the Grizzlies, partner, right? They are 23-16 against the number, 24-14 straight up. But what did they do last night, partner? They made some waves on the little bit of buzz during some football action, beating the Brooklyn Nets as a 7-point dog in Brooklyn. Ja Morant's high flying around. The internet, picked up a little buzz as far as the NBA circles are concerned. But I mentioned that because now you come in the next day and they open up as 3-point dogs on the road again to a really solid Cavs team. They just made some waves, so that underdog spot's going to light up the public's eyes when they see that. But I also mentioned the back-to-back angle here because the Cavs are, when you have a back-to-back and the team that you're playing on the road is a very good defensive team, that's going to light up my eyes every single time, especially this Cavs team who has been a top 3 defense in the league. Without a doubt, partner, this Cavs team, I dug a little deep on this one, 4-0-2 ATS this season when their opponent is on the second night of a back-to-back. So every time they've been in this spot, they've been profitable or at least pushed out on that number. And I think they get a nice win here tonight by at least 5 points. I would take this one up to 4 if it goes there. I don't think it does, but I would take it there. So that's the main angle. What's up?
It's dropping. It's
Oh,
down to
yeah, I saw 2.5, 3 in a couple spots, so I don't think it's going to go up that
just
high.
a little bit now.
Yeah. So I do still like it there, regardless of any of this line movement. This is a one that's a lot of public action on the Grizzlies, a lot of big, sharp money coming in on the Cavs. And I think dropping it down to 2.5 is the books kind of realizing, okay, the sharps see this number. We got to entice more of that public to really, really pour in on the Grizzlies here after beating a Brooklyn team last night, like I mentioned. So I'm going to move into some trends here because that's the main angle that I got here, aside from obviously just the Cavs are a really damn good, solid team, and they have a very, very solid defense playing well right now. As far as some trends, I mentioned both these teams have been really solid ATS all season long. Cavs 9-1-1 ATS last 11 at home, 14-2 ATS last 16 versus a team with a winning record, 9-2 last 11 ATS following a straight-up win. And lastly, 16-5-1 ATS last 22 on one-day rest. So with a one-day rest, they play really solid. And when they play the team coming in on the second night of a back-to-back, they've been, I don't know, I guess perfect isn't the right word, 4-0-2 ATS, but no losses against the number. And I think that's what we see here again tonight, partner. I think it's a big old trap for the Grizzlies. If you're trying to back the Grizzlies, take the Cavs -3 in this one, partner.
Hey, I like that one a lot, to be honest with you. I saw it last night. It actually was already open as the Memphis and the Brooklyn game was going on, and I saw what was going on in that game. Memphis was absolutely destroying them, and I was like, this is going to feel like a setup tomorrow. I just know it. I'm going to wait to look at it. And then I saw you were on the Cavaliers, and I said, I must have found an angle. And, I think the best angle that you found really is Memphis being on that back-to-back spot, them going from Brooklyn now to Cleveland, not really close to each other at all, kind of Midwest and East Coast, so nothing really close whatsoever. And then Cleveland having a day off and coming in, there's a reason they're favored here. People look at Cleveland as kind of still this, I don't know, underdog.
I don't think they still buy in.
Yeah, they just don't buy in. They're just not this great team per the public. And you're right, like about 70% of bets on Memphis. And I think that's why we're seeing this line movement kind of tricking the public a little bit. So I think you're on the right side, partner. I'm going to back you. Going to wait till after the show to lock it in. My phone's charging right now. Bad boy was about to die. So first things first, your first best bet of the day. There's a couple of firsts for you. The Cleveland Cavaliers, -3, -2.5, wherever you're currently seeing it on your favorite sportsbook. Partner, please keep it moving, keep it grooving. Your second best bet of the day, sir.
Alrighty, number 2, switching over to college basketball, switching to the Big East. I've got a little Big East SEC. You're getting the plane out, jumping all over the damn map, partner. I'm sticking in the Big East here for this one. I am going to the home dog in this one, Butler and Seton Hall. And I'm taking Butler plus the 3.5. So far, as I'm seeing it this morning, this line has not moved this morning, despite 86% of bets and 81% of money on Seton Hall. And the biggest thing that I like in this one, partner, it appears that Seton Hall is going to be without Tyrese Samuel and Ike Obiagu. Couple 7-footers for Seton Hall, and I think that is incredibly important. If those two guys were in, I think I would probably take Seton Hall up to -5 on the road in this spot. Sure. But without those two guys, I'm taking Butler plus 3.5. Butler's tallest rotation player is 6'9". Tallest player on the roster is 6'10". That guy doesn't really play at all. Tallest rotational player is 6'9". They just don't have the height when they run into teams like this that have 7-footers, like the two guys that are out for Seton Hall. You look back through Seton Hall or Butler's schedule, and you see that giant 30-point loss or close to 30-point loss to Purdue. What does Purdue have that I'm kind of leading on to? And they got a factory of 7-foot-tall players, and if you watch that game, it was massively important.
For our non-audio viewers, I look like Butler looks right now, and you look like Purdue looks right now in size comparison. I am in a small box. Mags is very big. Please continue, sir. That just popped into my head.
No, 100%. I appreciate it. And these guys, and Seton Hall's been without these guys for a couple of games now. They're 0-2 straight up and ATS last 2 games, and that's without these guys and a couple more. They do get a couple of their depth guys back, non-size guys, but I'm not really looking too closely at that.
Sure.
Butler's been really solid defensively, partner. 26th in the nation, points per game allowed. They have struggled on offense. But without those two 7-footers in the lane, I think they're very guard-centric, Butler. And without those two guys, I think their guards are going to be able to get to the rim. Yep. So that's really what I'm leaning here on this one. I think they're going to have a little bit more offensive success. They're going to hold Seton Hall down defensively, and they could get this one done outright at home. If it was in Seton Hall, just even with these couple of 7-footers out, I might not be taking. I'd probably stay away from this one completely. But here at Butler at home, they're 8-4 straight up. They're still a solid team. They're just a very matchup-based team, and I think that's what we've got here. A good matchup for them. Seton Hall 2-5 last 7 on the road ATS, 2-8 last 10 ATS, following an ATS loss, which they just suffered. 1-4 last 5 as a road favorite is Seton Hall. 1-5 last 6 following a straight-up loss. And Butler, 13-6 last 19 ATS as a home dog. 4-0 last 4 versus a team with a winning road record. And finally, the underdog between these two teams when these two teams meet is a perfect 7-0 ATS the last 7 meetings between these two teams. I like the plus 3.5. Not going to get crazy. I wouldn't even call it crazy, but I'm not going to go overextended and take the money line. I think those 3.5 points are really important. I think it could be a close one, but love a little bit of magic here in, what is it, Hinkle? Yeah, Hinkle Fieldhouse. I apologize. I should have known that one right at the top of my head. Little Hinkle magic coming tonight. Give me Butler plus 3.5, dude.
I like where your head's at. I don't want to mush it for you. I'll probably stay away because this was just going to be a stay away from me game for me in general. I liked it overall. If I'm going anywhere, I'm going with the home dog. But sometimes I get a little too overzealous and greedy with some of my plays throughout the day, and I already got a ton of action. So I'm going to let you cash the shit out of this because I think you're on the right side, and I think all of you out there should hammer the absolute mess out of Butler plus 3.5 for sure. For RMags second best bet of the day. In closing, sir, what do you have? And as you just keep it moving with your next best bet of the day.
100%. I think if this one starts to become a public dog, I'll probably tweet it out, like maybe be a little more cautious. But since it doesn't look like a public dog at all, that really definitely helps my feelings as far as the plus 3.5 here.
I like that for sure. There you go. There you have it. Keep it moving. Keep it grooving, my friend.
Alrighty, moving on to the SEC matchup here tonight. I am going Vandy and Arkansas. A little bit shorter on this one, partner. I've got Vandy plus 7 on the road here against Arkansas. It does appear that leading scorer for Arkansas, J.D. Note, is questionable. Not trying to pick off on that. I am honestly playing this assuming that he is going to be in. If he's out, I obviously love this a lot more. So kind of playing this assuming that he's going to be in because I do think he is going to be in. But regardless, this Vandy defense is playing really well right now. 65th in effective field goal percentage allowed. So not exactly beating the doors off of people, but at least playing really competent defense. This Vandy team is not the Vandy team that we came to know the last 4 or 5 years. One of the worst power conference teams in the land. They are a much better team, much more competent. Potential tournament team this year, I do believe. And a win here, which I'm not predicting necessarily, but a win here would really get them on the way to getting that. But the problem with Arkansas this year, partner, their defense has been really, really rough. 229th in effective field goal percentage allowed themselves. That's really been the struggles for them. They've been a little inconsistent offensively, but it's really the inconsistencies on defense that has caused them. They're 10-3 straight up, but when the chips have come down and they've been playing the the higher level competition, that's when they've really struggled. And you look at Vandy, and their offensive numbers haven't been great, but they're really starting to turn a corner here the last few weeks. Over in the Diamond Hen Classic, over in Hawaii, they actually won the whole damn thing. Took down BYU as one of those teams, a really solid BYU team, really solid defensive team in BYU. Put up 69 points, I do believe. BYU, 24th effective field goal percentage allowed in the country. Vandy got that one down outright as 5-point dog on the road. Not saying they get this one done outright, but I do think they keep this one really, really close. 4-1 ATS last 5 following a straight-up win is Vandy. 8-2-1 last 11 on the road. ATS is Vandy. So I think this is just too many points. I think it's going to be a really, really down-to-the-wire finish. I think this one finishes within 3-4 points either side. Not going to predict the win, but give me the plus 7 points with Vandy on the road tonight, partner.
You know what? This one was on my list for sure. I'd been looking at it a lot, and it was actually teetering around 7.5, 8 last night, down to holding firm, pretty much about 7 across the market right now. Man, I think I gotta back you. I don't know how it happens. I don't know why it happens. But yeah, Arkansas is not scuffling bad, but they've kind of just a little bump in the road here. You know, they're
1-3 straight up. ATS last 4. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, they're 2-3 straight up. Their last 5 games, they've kind of hit a little bit of something. Not against the best teams either. One of those losses being against Hofstra. So.
Yeah.
I think you're on the right side here, my friends. My friend, one way or another, Vandy gets it done. I don't know if it's because they clean up the glass, if they win the turnover battle, if they win the overall defensive battle. I don't know what it is, but it looks like Arkansas and Vanderbilt kind of cancel out stat-wise, like
Sure.
defensively and offensively.
Yeah, kind of.
Vanderbilt's better defensively, Arkansas is better offensively, and it's almost identical canceling out
Yeah,
numbers on the opposite
100%.
side. So I think that's kind of what leads this to being like a
Right.
3-point finish maximum, 4-point finish maximum. So I'd probably be okay taking it down to plus 4.5. I don't think it's going to move it down that far, but damn, partner, you got me in the boat. I'm with
Hey, man.
Arkansas plus 7 for sure. Or not Arkansas. I'm sorry,
Vandy.
Vanderbilt
Yeah,
plus
yeah.
7. I apologize.
Well, man, I mean, you and I both love Musbus in this Arkansas team. We had higher hopes for them than what they've shown so far. I think they get the wheels on the track here eventually, but even a 4-point win would you might constitute that as getting the wheels on the track to some point here. So we just talked about them. I think it was yesterday as being one of the bubble teams. So they got some work to do, but I don't think that's coming quite yet.
100%. I like that one a lot. Correct me if I'm wrong. That is all three of your best bets of the day.
You are correct, sir.
Okie dokie, artichoke. Well, without further ado, anything else you got left to dish out, deliberate about in regards to yo best bets of the day then?
No, sir. Take it away from me.
All right, well, let's keep this proverbial podcast train steaming on down the tracks 30 minutes after the top of the 10 o'clock hour with the, excuse me one second. Oh, holy shit. Had a quick little gas bubble come up there. All right, keep it moving, keep it grooving. Second segment of the day. My best bets of the day. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. You're going to have to strap in. You're going to have to get ready. Now, I will go a little bit quick. I won't waste your time a whole bunch, but I am very, very confident in all 5 of these plays. I have 5 college basketball plays. Actually, it's not a waste of time. I'm giving you valuable information here, folks. So strap in, get ready to rock and roll. First 2 games, we're getting into a little bit of action. Not the football action that we're going to be missing for about a year. However, we still got plenty of action to take care of us on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday on the college basketball hardwood. So first game we're going to Ohio Bobcats against the Akron Zips. And my friends, we are going to the Akron Zips on the money line. They are the home favorite. Just wanted to avoid any line movement or any nonsense, and the money line was low enough for me to take it. I caught it right around minus 120, minus 122 to be exact. I saw it up to minus 125, so it's just kind of ticking around. I didn't know if it was going to go up to minus 2.5 or not. I still like it there, but the money line just seems safer. Both teams are really hot right now in the MAC, but you have to look below their surface record, their overall surface record right now. Ohio might be 10-2 straight up, 5-6 against the number overall, but they are scuffling a little bit against the number, and definitely on the road. 3-2 straight up, 2-3 against the number on the road. That's something you don't need to worry about with Akron being at home. They're 8-3 straight up, 6-3 against the number overall, but perfect straight up. 6-0 straight up at home, 3-1 against the number on their home hardwood. Now, they did start the season off. You see, how is 3-1 ATS with a 6-0 record? Yeah, they had a couple of games that didn't have the spread set. Those were against really shit teams, but that's how they started their season. Their most recent 4 games at home were against Marshall, Southern, FAMU, and Buffalo. Took care of all 4 of those teams with ease. Akron definitely has the advantage being undefeated at home, and they are actually 87th ranked per KenPom in home court advantage. Can you believe that about an Akron Zips MAC team inside the top 100 in HCA? That's top notch. There are a couple other keys that I really like here too. Akron slightly better offensively, 74.4 points per game, 143rd effective field goal, 95th in 3-point percentage, and 188th in 2-point percentage. Those all per the aforementioned KenPom. Shout out Ken Pomeran, you're the man. Ohio, simple comparison, 72.3 points per game, 227th in effective field goal, 209th in 3-point percentage, and 231st in 2-point percentage. Bottom line, Akron's better offensively, and they're better defensively. 60.8 points per game allowed for the Akron defense, 114th in an opponent effective field goal percentage, 203rd in three-point percentage allowed, and 82nd in two-point percentage allowed. Ohio, a couple more points allowed, 64.9 points per game, 166 in opponent effective field goal percentage, 59th against a three ball, so pretty solid there. But the way Akron shoots a three ball, I don't think we need to worry about it because they're also 257th in opponent two-point percentage. All of those again per KenPom shot out. I just think Akron is better on both sides of the ball. I also think they win the hustle stats. They clean up the glass. They win that side of the ball, that battle, or actually on both sides of the ball, rather. Akron 144th in offensive rebounding, 93rd in defensive rebounding per KenPom. Same stats per KenPom. Ohio 153rd in offensive rebounding and 140th in defensive rebounding. Last but not least, the depth of the Zips is what's going to get it done for them here. Once they get a pretty solid lead, they're going to be able to rotate a lot of guys in and take care of the Bobcats. Excuse me, pardon me. Akron, 189th in bench rating per KenPom. Ohio, 343rd, so not even on the same wavelength when it comes to depth. I think all those key stats really play into Akron's favor, and some of the key things I told you at the top. But you don't believe me, you don't believe the stats, believe the doggone trends. Ohio, 2-6 ATS last 8 overall, 0-4 ATS last 4 road games versus a team with a home winning record. Akron 5-1 ATS last 6 home games, 7-3 ATS last 10 as a home favorite, and 12-5 ATS their last 17 versus the MAC. They're also 14-6 straight up last 20 meetings with Ohio. Why I sided over a little bit more to the money line. 4-1 straight up last 5 meetings with them, and 6-1 straight up last 7 meetings on their home hardwood with Ohio. Cherry on top of the sundae, per ESPN, the Zips have a 68.1% chance to win this game outright. Give me all Akron money line for my first best bet of the day.
I like it, dude. I'm really interested in this one. I haven't been too tapped into the MAC. I've been I guess these couple of teams, I've seen a little bit of Buffalo as well. So that's probably the next one up on my radar that I want to know a little bit more about. But I really like this one, man. I really like this one.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a setup line. Ohio has been kind of the better team so far this season, but them playing on the road and Akron being undefeated, 6-0, undefeated. Yeah. I mean, that's just easy money. Give it all to us. 87th in home court advantage. I love that too. So there you go.
I like that.
Love it, love it, love it. So there you go. There you have it. Second pick coming from me. Another Maction action matchup. Eastern Michigan Eagles against the Western Michigan Broncos. And we're taking the home dog. We're taking the Western Michigan Broncos plus 2.5. My friends, this is the game I was talking about earlier on in the show if you were hanging around. This is the same line movement as we saw yesterday with Towson and Drexel. I saw a slight line movement up this morning to 3.5, and that was almost identical to what we saw with Towson yesterday, and Towson ended up losing the game outright. Yeah, it was one of my best bets of the day. I'm not going to make that same mistake again, and this is almost the exact same line movement. Not almost, it is the exact same shit. Right. Now, there is no reason that this line needs to be this close. You look a little bit deeper into home and away splits. The 328th ranked per Western Michigan, per KenPom, Western Michigan Broncos, 2-3 straight up, 1-1 against the number at home. They failed to cover 3 double-digit spreads and a 6-point underdog spread in 4 out of their last 5 games. So why is this only 2.5 points? I beg the question. They are a battle-tested team, I also let you know as well. They've played Notre Dame, Iowa, and Michigan State, not to mention a solid-ass Toledo team in the MAC that has given a couple of big teams a run for their money. How about the 273rd per KenPom Eastern Michigan Eagles that are 0-6 straight up on the road and somehow are favored on the road, 2-4 against the number on the road as well. You cannot confidently back them as a favorite. Much like I said with the FAMU Rattlers yesterday, you cannot back them confidently as a favorite, even if they are the better team, if they have yet to win a game away from their home hardwood. Do not do it. Also, Western Michigan appears to be the sharp side out of nowhere. It seems that all the sharps are kind of on the same wavelength as I am. Trying to give you a little bit of analysis here as well as taking care of Love Face XYZ. Appreciate that, Mags.
I never know if you want me to cut you off in the middle of your analysis.
Yeah, that's cool. That's
that.
cool.
Okay.
I don't want that bullshit just sitting there because we don't get enough comments forever. So yeah, no big deal. There you go. There you have it. Hey, shout out. Get live in the comments. What the fuck? There you go. There you have it. If we can't see him on Twitter, you want to comment, jump on Facebook, jump on YouTube. Back to it. Western Michigan, the sharp side. 21% of bets, 79% actual money wagered on this game, on the spread. So I'm really confident in the Broncos, but there are a couple of key stats and a couple of key things you should be aware of that give you guys a little bit more confidence. Strength of schedule. Western Michigan, 42nd in opponent strength of schedule so far. 10th in opponent offenses faced and 147th in opponent defensive faced. Eastern Michigan, 124th in strength of schedule, almost 100 spots worse or easier. 135th in opponent offense, 125 spots easier than what Western Michigan has faced offensively, and 121st in opponent defense. So I think we see that loom very large here today. The Broncos show up and show out, especially on their home hardwood, playing someone who's a little bit more on the same wavelength that they are. Also, I think this because of the tempo. Western Michigan, 255th in tempo, whereas Eastern Michigan is 65th in tempo. Now, obviously, you would tend to think that I'm looking at Eastern Michigan saying, oh, they're going to boat race the Broncos, but that's not what I believe going to happen here today. I think the Broncos are going to slow the game way down, knock the Eagles off of their game some way, one way or another, much like what I was saying with your Vandy pick. One way or another, partner. Yeah. This just feels like how this is going to go down, and I think that's one key thing we see here. They get some, they being the Broncos, get some key stops, utilize that home court advantage with those defensive stops, and then take their time offensively. They're super slow offensively and actually 10th in defensive possession length per KenPom. So I think that's the way we see this game play out. I also see once Western Michigan does get a lead or maybe keeps this game close, if this game is kind of back and forth all the way down the stretch, they'll lean on their bench to help them get the cover at the very least, if not win the game outright. 114th in bench rating per KenPom. 100 spots worst are the Eastern Michigan Eagles. 215th in bench rating. But if you don't believe me on the stats, on all my goofy-ass opinions on the splits, just believe the trends, for crying out loud. Eastern Michigan 0-4 ATS last 4 road games, 1-7 ATS last 8 miércoles games. That is Tuesday for you non-Spanish speaking viewers out there. Eastern Michigan is also 2-7 ATS their last 9 against a MAC East Division opponent. 0-5 ATS their last 5 games in the month of enero. That is January for you non-Spanish speaking viewers. And 4-16 straight up what sided me over their last 20 road games against Western Michigan University. Give me the Broncos plus 2.5. I'll take all the points the books are willing to give, but I think they might win this game outright for my second best bet of the day.
You've got me in the boat with this one, dude. I am liking what you're putting down with the line movement. That, I think, was basically having me on the edge. But then what you mentioned, and we don't talk about this with everyone. I don't think it would be correct of us to do it with everyone. You've mentioned it to me before as far as that strength of schedule. But when you have two teams that are probably near the bottom 100 in the entire country, and one team's got a better straight-up record than the other, and you get that type of split as far as strength of schedule, that can mean some big rankings right there alone. So I like that one. That's really what pushed me over the edge on that one.
Appreciate you. Glad you're in the boat. Let's row it all the way to
some action, baby.
All the way down the pay window stream. Some action, baby. All right, third game we're going to Texas A&M RMags against the Georgia Bulldogs. Taking the Aggies, -6. Operation Fade the Dogs is still in full effect if you haven't been keeping up. We are fading the Dogs until, or Georgia, whatever you want to say, until further notice. They're 5-8 straight up, 3-9-1 ATS overall so far, 5-5 straight up, 2-7-1 against the number at home. I don't see them covering this as a dog whatsoever. Texas A&M is hot and will continue to stay hot, 11-2 straight up, 6-6 against the number overall, but they are perfect on the road. one game so far away from home, 1-0 straight up and against the number. They failed to cover a couple double-digit spreads here recently, and I think the public is kind of viewing this as a trap spot. Georgia's kind of becoming that public dog. Oh, Texas A&M kind of scuffling. They didn't cover that 23, that 27. I don't think that's how high they were. They were in the high 20s, and now this is down to a 6. I think they take care of it, no problem. So GigaMags, but you don't believe that. Believe a couple of the stats here. Overall rank is really what it comes down to. We talked about this, I don't know, 2-3 Saturdays ago, partner. Georgia was in the 140s, 130s, 138, maybe somewhere in that ballpark. They are 216th ranked per KenPom now, 167th in AOE, 263rd in ADE. They are struggling defensively. You cannot say that about Texas A&M. 60th ranked per KenPom, 96th in AOE, and 49th in ADE. I'll talk about that defense here in just a minute, but one key thing offensively for Texas A&M I think allows them to pull away is their three ball. They're 24th in three-point percentage per KenPom, where Georgia is 269th in three-point percentage allowed, also per KenPom. So I think we see that be something really big that allows the Aggies to pull away, but I also think we see their defense just limit the Dogs of doing anything. They're only allowing 61.1 points per game. They're 68th in opponent effective field goal, 67th in two-point percentage allowed per KenPom, and also per KenPom 89th in three-point percentage allowed. They are just dominant on the defensive side of the ball, and I think the Dogs really struggle offensively. I also think because of that defensive edge, we see the Aggies win the turnover battle as well, and you know how much I love when a team wins the turnover or rebounding battle in a heated matchup like this, especially in the SEC, boys. Come on. TAMU, 173rd, if you didn't know, Texas A&M University. TAMU, 173rd in offensive turnover percent, 9th in defensive turnover percent, my friends. Georgia, 216th in offensive turnover percent, but 317th in defensive turnover percent. I think all of those key stats is kind of how we see this game play out and see what play into the factor of Texas A&M cover this 6, no problem. I was joking around with Mags pre-show. I said, well, if you don't like the 6, what the hell they're going to take it down to 5.5 and you're not going to take it at 5.5. You would value friggin' Georgia more at that, or if they take it up to 6.5, you would value. I would take this anywhere they put. I would honestly take this up to 9.5. I am very comfortable. I think Texas A&M gets this done by double digits, but you don't believe my crazy gambling ass. Just believe the trends. TAMU, 5-1 ATS, last 6 following an ATS loss, 5-2 ATS, their last 7 on the road, and 4-1 ATS, their last 5 as a road favorite. The Bulldogs are 2-8 against the number, their last 10 overall, 1-6 against the number, last 7 following a straight-up loss, 1-7 ATS, last 8 following a straight-up or an ATS loss, and they are 0-4 ATS, their last 4 on their home hardwood. Texas A&M is also 4-2 ATS, their last 6 meetings with Georgia. I cannot fade them with all those trends glaring at us in the face, and Texas A&M being the outright better team. They should be favored by double digits, but it's an SEC game, so the damn books can't do it. Don't be crazy. Don't back the public dog or the home dog, whatever you want to look at it as. Take Texas A&M, my third best bet, one of your best bets it should be, -6 today.
You've got me in the boat, dude. I was doing some digging. You mentioned the KenPom ratings as far as dipping into the 200s, dude. That is not only terrible, it's easily the lowest rated power conference team in the country.
How is that an SEC team? That makes no sense.
Tom Crean is on the damn hot seat. That has not been a good hire for the old Bulldogs. Unless I skimmed over some of them, they were in the low 200s. Next closest power team is Washington out of the Pac-12 at 150. Which is bad, but nowhere. That's at least you're playing well and competent competitively. But 200s, man, as a power team, that is bad. And the books haven't been valuing A&M at all. You know me, I've had him in my slip a handful of times. I think I'm 2-1, 3-1 betting on him this season. So.
Yeah, man, I like I said, Operation Fade the Dogs is still going to be in full effect for the time being, and Texas A&M just not getting enough respect here in this spot. This is really probably one of my favorites here. I just, man, oh man, you mentioned it, their coach on the hottest of hot seats right now, so if they lose this game, they drop at least another, I'd say 25, 30 points on KenPom, and that'll be a full 100 from what they opened up at around the season. So that's just
Goodness.
that's absolutely bananas. So if you want to back a team like that, go right ahead. But we are not doing that. There you go. There you have it. My third best bet of the day. Okay, 4 and 5 coming right up. Here we go. Number 4, going to the Kentucky Wildcats against the LSU Tigers. And my friends, we got to talk about this one a little bit. Got to look at it here. I'm taking the LSU Tigers money line as my best bet of the day. This is probably my favorite one across the entire board. I have all the utmost faith in it. However, got to look at it here because I got it at minus 125. Oh, cool. Sweet. Awesome. We don't have to talk about this at all.
It's moving around.
Yeah, it's moving all over the place. We don't have to talk about this at all. Okay, so it's pretty much around the same. It moved up to minus 170, so that only kind of plays into my favor even more. But I don't think you need to buy it moving back down because this spread was moving like crazy in the favor of LSU this morning. Like they were getting a higher point favorite. It was getting easier for the Wildcats to cover the game. They went from 1.5 to 3.5 point dogs, despite them getting 71% of bets and 98% of actual money wagered on the spread. They were getting ass loads of money too on the money line. 81% of money wagered on the money line. I mean, if you're a casual CBB bettor, college basketball, you're probably going to see a Kentucky Wildcats team as a dog, and you say, a blue blood as a dog? Give me all of that. Right. Oh my gosh, I can get plus money. Do not buy that. Despite all of that, my friends, LSU continues to rise. They're still the favorites. They are the favorites here for a reason. They are 8-0 straight up against the number, straight up and against the number at home. And Kentucky has failed in their lone road test. I think they failed in their second test here. 0-1 straight up and against the number on the road. A couple of keys here, though, that I do like. Honestly, number one, this is just a gut play. This is a sharp play. This line is a setup and a half. This is a classic. Mags Kentucky is the higher ranked team. They're an underdog. What the hell? How does that make any type of sense? We have to hammer that in, right? No, we always take the opposite side. That's always the smarter way to bet. Outside of that, there are some stats, though. Tempo here, LSU 47th in tempo, Kentucky 107th. So I think LSU speeds the Cats up just a little bit here, and we see that keep the old Kentucky boys off balance. LSU defense wins them the game, though. Point-blank period allows them to cover. I think you should take the money line just in case any funny business, but I think they could cover too. 55.3 points per game allowed. They are the number one team in the nation per KenPom in adjusted defensive efficiency, third in opponent effective field goal percentage, 13th in 2-point percentage allowed, and 10th in 3-point percentage allowed. I know Kentucky is good, but against that LSU defense on their home hardwood, it is going to be tough to get any points in the bucket against them. And not to mention, if anybody's going to be coughing up the rock, it ain't going to be LSU. I see them winning the turnover battle. They are 5th in the nation in defensive turnover percent compared to Kentucky's 228th defensive turnover percent. Not really worried about that at all. And you would tend to think the Blue Bloods would be the bigger team, the more stacked team. Well, Kentucky is 220th per KenPom in the nation in height. LSU 71st, my friend. So they are a lot bigger, a lot more physical, and I think they lean on that over the course of this game and say, hey, we're a tournament team too, pal. We'll see you around there in March in a couple of months. So, you don't believe me on all that? Believe the trends. I know I'm taking them on the money line, but there are some good trends here too. Kentucky 1-6 ATS last 7 as a dog, 1-7-1 ATS last 9 road games. Combine the two, 1-5 ATS last 6 as a road dog. They're also 3-11 ATS last 14 following an ATS win. And here you go, Mags. 0-8 ATS the last 8 Tuesday games. LSU 12-3, 12-3-1 against the number last 16 home games. 21-8-1 ATS their last 30 as a favorite. Again, combine the last two. 15-5-1 against the number their last 21 as a home favorite. 3-1-1 ATS last 5 following an ATS loss. Can you spell REBOUND? I certainly can. 3-1-1 against the number last 5 Tuesday games. 5-1 against the number, last 6 versus an SEC opponent, and allow me to put the cherry on top of the proverbial pick Sunday. LSU 60.9% chance to win this game outright per the worldwide leader. Give me the Tigers on the money line. Minus 125 is what I got it at. Cool with the minus 130. Wherever the fuck this thing goes, the Tigers are winning this game. Go Tigers!
Go Tigers. You've pushed me over the damn edge, dude. The only reason I didn't bring this as my own pick early this morning was just the recent success that Kentucky's had in these matchups. That was really the only thing that stopped me. And, this LSU team is just really freaking good right now, man. And I think they're as good or if not better than they've been in the past. And you mentioned it, man. As Kentucky as a dog, the higher ranking last time. I mean, they've had some easy wins over some small teams, but really the last time everyone's kind of seen them was that UNC beatdown that they showed. And Auburn coming off a loss, or LSU coming off a loss to Auburn, bounce back spot and kind of a buy low spot on LSU, dude. So I'm in the boat with you 100%.
Let's go. Rolling it again, gently down, payday stream. Okay, final best bet of the day coming from me. This will be number 5. Count it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is my favorite one of the day. Period. Point blank. I don't give a damn because what is this day? This is a random Tuesday in the middle of beginning of January. New Year. One random college football game that nobody gives a damn about against a broke LSU team in Kansas State with my boy Deuce. We all know how that game's going to go. Nobody really cares about that one. So everybody's coming on over to college basketball boat. They think they're experts. They think they know everything, and they say Marquette Golden Eagles as a home underdog led by this revenge tour Shaka Smart. We have to take them as the home dogs. We have to take every point the books are willing to give. And I might say that in some years, but this year, you do not fade Ed Cooley and the boys anytime the legend known as ED, the man you better guarantee, is on the fucking court. You better believe that your bankroll should be at least 50% tied to it. I'm just kidding. Be who you can afford to be. But for real, final best bet of the day. Take the Providence Friars on the money line. We do not bet against Ed Cooley for the time being. Much like Operation Fade the Dogs, this is in full effect. He is rocking and rolling. 13-1 are the Friars overall this season. 10-4 against the number. Perfect on the road. 3-0 straight up and against the number. Cannot say the same for Marquette. 8-6 straight up. 6-8 against the number. 5-3 straight up. 2-6 against the number at home. A little bit of funny business moving on the line movement. The Friars were like a 2.5-2-point favorite across the market, down to about a pick'em, minus a half. Friars are still staying the favorites. The books ain't going to dare to move them to a dog. I mean, maybe they do. Maybe I got to take my foot out of my mouth a little bit later. Did they move him to a dog? Well, actually,
+1.5, dude.
I think it's good that they moved him to a dog because that allows more money to keep flowing in on Marquette. I think this line movement you're seeing is trying to set up the public. Oh my gosh, look how smart we are. We've got him to flip it all the way to favorites. That's reverse line movement. Reverse line movement, everybody. We got to... Nobody gives a damn about that. The books have figured out. The books have figured it out. The books know when all you experts out there go ahead and say, oh, hey, reverse line movement. The books have been doing this on purpose now. It's crazy. We've been talking about this on the second half of the show. Providence especially, man, and especially against a Big East team, a Big East matchup against Marquette. I mean, this is wild. However, Providence overall, I think their defense is what's going to win them the game. Let's get serious for a second. Their defense is damn good. 61.1 points per game allowed. They're 40th in ADE, 29th in opponent effective field goal, 22nd two-point percentage allowed, and 87th in three-point percentage allowed per KenPom. Simple comparison to Marquette, not even close. 71.3 points per game allowed, 67th in ADE, 93rd in opponent effective field goal, 83rd in two-point percentage allowed, and 126th in three-point percentage allowed. If anybody's coughing up the rock, it ain't going to be the Friars. I see them winning the turnover battle. They're 67th in offensive turnover percentage compared to the Golden Eagles that are 127th in that same statistic per KenPom. Also see him winning the other hustle stat that I love, the rebounding battle on both sides of the ball. Providence 160th in offensive rebounding, 81st in defensive rebounding, going up against Marquette that's 324th in offensive rebounding and 183rd in defensive rebounding. All of those stats per KenPom. I watched Marquette a couple of times, one time over the weekend here and a couple of times over the last few days, week or so, and boy, oh boy, are they scuffling. You can pump all. I'm the biggest fan of Shaka there is. I think I've talked about him since doggone July. I mean, I was so excited to see Shaka coming to Marquette. And they're a good team. They'll be a tournament team. Don't get it twisted. But they're not winning this game against Ed Cooley. Ed Cooley has got his boys ratcheted up to an entirely different level. I know I'm not taking them on the spread. If you're comfortable doing that, go right ahead. I like the money line, pretty much the same damn odds. But of course, come on. You think I brought no trends to this fucking gun show? Come on, pal. Providence 4-0 ATS last 4 road games. 4-1 ATS last 5 as a favorite. 5-1 ATS last 6 following an ATS win. 6-1 ATS last 7 following a straight up win. Marquette 1-5 ATS last 6 home games. 2-5 ATS last 7 as a home dog. 1-8 ATS their last 9 home games versus a team with a winning road record. And they're 3-8 ATS their last 11 Tuesday games. We don't bet on teams that don't play well on day of the week trends. And wouldn't you know, Providence has a 60.8% chance to win this game outright per the worldwide leader. Been diving deep into that here. I hope you've been noticing I'm bringing that to the show, folks. Without further ado, Providence Friars on Moneyline, my final best bet of the day.
You've got me in the boat on all 5 of your picks, partner. I am in the boat here with this one as well. I want to know why the hell the books are doing with these Providence lines, man. This is identical to what happened on Saturday. They were a short 100%. Favorite. Unfortunately we weren't able to bet on it. I think I probably would have stayed away just because of that line movement that happened. It was against DePaul. I guess I am not 100% sure because I mentioned we haven't been able to keep close tabs on these Illinois teams, but I would put Marquette above DePaul, and Providence moved to plus 1.5 dogs against DePaul and beat them by 20 points on their floor. I don't get it, man. I just don't get it. And you mentioned it. I think it's a sharp trap. There's 86% of money on Marquette here, just by 65% of the public bets. Like, I think this is a big old fat sharp expert trap, dude. I'm with you.
Yeah, any other time of the year, I would probably say take Marquette, but Ed Cooley has the boys rocking and rolling. It is not
fall off, baby.
Yeah, it is not it's not a setup spot here. So there you go. There you have it. All 5 of my best bets of the day. Okay, damn partner, we've been a little windy here today. It's already 11 o'clock. Holy shit. It's all right. We got some good value. Never put a cap on good conversation. Shout out the legendary Pat McAfee. Next segment, special play of the day. Twofer Tuesday Parlay. We'll go through this one pretty quick. Don't have a whole bunch we need to dish out in regards to it. First leg on the Twofer Tuesday Parlay, we're taking the Rutgers Scarlet Knights +4 against the Michigan Wolverine Big Ten battle. This one being in Rutgers, looms large into it, plays pretty heavy. Michigan kind of scuffling right now. You don't really know what version of them you're going to get. I do believe that we continue to see the scuffling version, the nonsense version. I think the Fab vibe is going to be a little dampened for the next few weeks here. I don't know why. I don't know what's going on, but especially after Rutgers has knocked off Purdue and had some really solid success against the numbers so far this year, we're taking all 4 points they're willing to give us on their home hardwood. Anything else you got for the first leg of the Twofer Tuesday Parlay, partner?
Yeah, no, you mentioned it, not too much. I mean, as far as their home ATS, they had some early losses on some early ATS losses, I should say, on some big spreads. So as far as their home ATS numbers, not looking too far at that. And you mentioned took off Purdue. And this Michigan team, man, I think they're going to lay a stinker. I think if Michigan wasn't going to lay a stinker, I think this line would be set at 8 or higher. So give us the damn Knights.
There you go. There you have it. First leg of the day. Second leg on the Twofer Tuesday Parlay, we're going to the Florida State Seminoles +1.5 in their matchup today against the Wake Forest Demon Deacons. I think the Deacons are just being -1.5 favorites because they're on their home hardwood. They're a little overvalued. They're not too solid of a team. Let us down a couple of times, covered against some less than terrific teams, let's just say. And I think we're on the right side here with Florida State +1.5. Partner really pushed me in the boat. I pushed back on him pretty hard getting this one on there, but he got me convinced. I'm convinced on all the rest of his shit too, so I think he's got an eye for something today. Partner, anything else you got on Florida State Seminoles +1.5?
No, I mean, I'm buying into Florida State a little bit more than other people are, and as you mentioned, Wake Forest just being a little overvalued, took advantage of a weaker schedule, 11-3 straight up. They're starting to scuffle a little bit once we get into ACC play, believe it or not, 0-2 straight up, Louisville and Miami.
Hey.
And Florida State's starting to get the wheels back on the track a little bit here. Last 2 wins, got the ACC win on Saturday against NC State. So I think they can take care of business here, start to get rolling, get back into the picture here. They're top 25 coming into the season. I don't know that they get back to top 25 here in the next couple of weeks, but I think they get firmly back into the tournament picture nonetheless, without a doubt on my side of things.
Okay, well, there you go. 2 legs on the Twofer Tuesday Parlay, paying out +264 odds last time we checked, so well over that 2-1 odds payout on a Twofer Tuesday Parlay. All right, in case you missed anything, a little bit longer than usual, but not too much longer. Time to recap all of my... me being Colt, for those of you that can't see me, or maybe you don't recognize my voice. I don't know why. Maybe you're a new viewer. I have no idea. Just making sure we're all on the same page. RMags, us both being the TTL crew, for those of you that can't see the old ticker. The TTL crew's best bets of the day recapped for you. Partner, the producer, is once again ready to rock and roll.
Let's go.
No hesitation, no delay. Folks, please rip out your sports books, pull out your paper and your pens, your pencils, as per usual, if you're a little bit more of a mistake-prone human being. As always, in addition to that, whatever mode, method, or means you utilize to take stock of the TTL crew's best bets of the day, because as I bring in my partner here, it is now time to recap all of our best bets for this beautiful Tuesday of bets, also known as, so you don't have to check your calendar for I don't know what, however many times it is here now today, but it is January the 4th, 2022. If you would so kindly turn your attention all the way above us to the top left portion of your screen, you see there RMags picks. 3 picks coming at you, recapped for you. He's going to the NBA hardwood to kick things off. He's taking the Cleveland Cavaliers -3, and then jumping on over, keeping the Nikes on or the Jordans, whichever you're a fan of, and headed over to the college basketball hardwood, taking the Butler Bulldogs +3.5 and the Vanderbilt Commodores +7. On the top right portion of your screen, you see my 5 college basketball picks coming your direction. We got 2 action plays. One is the Akron Zips on the money line. The other one is the Western Michigan Broncos +2.5. We're going to a couple of SEC games. We're taking the Texas A&M Giga Maggies -6 and the LSU Go Tigers on the money line. And then the 5th and final one, Ed Cooley, we do not fade for the time being. Take the Providence Friars on the money line. Directly above us, my personal favorite, Mag's personal favorite, we absolutely love it, the Twofer Tuesday Parlay. 2 legs on that bad boy, paying out at over 2-1 odds. Rutgers Scarlet Knights at home against the Michigan Wolverines +4, and Florida State University Seminoles +1.5 against the Wake Forest Demon Deacons. Parlay those 2 bad boys up, the aforementioned Twofer Tuesday Parlay. I see on our screen, and for those of you that cannot see it, 9 plays that are primed for ticket cashing. But before we can fill our bankrolls with those aforementioned tickets that are going to be cashing, we need you to lock them in, hammer them home, sprinkle a little bit of dough down, whatever you need to say. Just make sure you get today's TTL crew best bets of the day in at whatever the current best line is on your favorite sports book.
Oh, quick trivia, partner. What's the
now.
name of this arena right here? Sub-establishment.
Sub-establishment? Sub-establishment. Quiznos?
No.
Fuck. Yeah, no, they kind of fell off the map, huh?
Outside of the 2 big boys.
Yeah, because there's no way
Kind
it's
of a big
Subway, no way it's Jimmy John's.
Nope.
Kind of a big boy.
Kind of a big boy.
Jersey Mike?
Yes, sir. Jersey Mike's.
Hey, I'm a big fan of Jersey Mike's,
big
son.
fan.
Yeah, I'm a huge
I was about to
fan
say,
of
might
Jersey
be
Mike's.
my favorite of them all, maybe.
Low key, dude. I think I ate too much fucking Subway during college, so I'm toasted on that. And I ate too much Jimmy John's in my stay in corporate America over the last few years. So yeah, I'm pretty much done with both those two sons of bitches. So hey, Jersey Mike's, you need an upcoming podcast to sponsor. Shout out, we're here for you, live from the Jersey Mike Stadium. Shout out, partner. Hey,
of course.
You never know what rabbit hole we're going to dive into here at the TTL Pod, but what you do know is that you see the Moneyline Dice roll on your screen. You see end/nyuk. Now, what the hell could that possibly mean? I have no idea. Oh, that's right. We're going to the NBA hardwood, and as I bring us both back into the screen, I tell you we're going to the matchup between the Indiana Pacers and the New York Knickerbockers. I don't know where this game's being played at. I don't know who's the dog and who the favorite is, and I've been trying to figure out the total. I know one guy that does, and partner, if you could be so kind as to indulge us with all that information so we can all be on the same page, I'll get the dice ready to rock and roll, and once you do all of that, we'll let them do their thing.
Alrighty, so today's Moneyline Dice roll is going to be in MSG, Madison Square Garden. Knicks hosting the Pacers here on FanDuel, -3 favorites. Some other spots 2.5. We'll go with FanDuel. 3-point favorites at home are the Knicks with a total of 207, about 145 or so on the money line here. Both of these teams been pretty inconsistent all season long, so we will see. Pacers coming in 4 straight losses, Knicks coming in losing the last 2. So some cold teams. We need to pick up the steam a little bit here. Moved up from, I believe it was, last I checked, it was -1.5 this morning. So the line is moving up in regards to a decent chunk of money coming in on the old Knicks. So we'll see if that's where the dice go.
Okay, so one more time. Spread is still short. Knicks.
-3.
-3, still Knicks favorite at home. And then one more time on the total.
Total is 207.
207. Okay, I wanted to make sure I had that right. All right, got a couple of comments in there, but not bad comments. Shout out Keith Wicks Jr.
Hey.
A little bit of shout out to Jersey Mike's, the Jersey way, bro. Mike's way is so fucking good, dude.
Those hot sandwiches, dude.
Bro, fuck off. I have a Mike's right up the street, dude.
I don't know if I do.
Oh, I'm liable to go for no. I don't. No, stop it. No. Okay. Also,
don't have my car not within walking distance.
Okay.
Not
There you go.
tempting me today.
There you go. I'm pretty damn tempted. We'll see how much snow's piled on top of the truck after all of this. I think there's a lot still because I have not shoveled it out. I don't really. Okay, Moneyline Dice roll. Back to it.
Come on, dice.
Also, Keith says New York Knicks money line. So we'll see if the dice agree with you. We don't know. We don't have a clue. We have no qualms, no quarries to say about it, but the fucking dice sure do. So without further ado, we find out first roll of the day, home or away. Are we going to the Knickerbockers at MSG, or are we taking the old Pacers? I'll shake my head and buying it. Go Pacers! Oh fuck, had to be there. We all find out in 3, in 2, in 1.
Oh, no.
Go Pacers!
Oh, no. Unofficial Pacers away?
Unofficial away
Oh,
Pacers. Unofficial away Pacers for the first roll. Are we getting a couple of points, or are we getting juicy with a plus money, Paulie, for the second roll of the week? Unofficially. I don't know. Oh, shit. But they do. And we soon find out. In 3, in 2, in 1. Money line.
All right, Pacers.
Money line. Unofficial Pacers money line. Final roll of the day. We go to the wild card roll. Will the money line dice be doubling down on the Pacers money line? Will they give us a little extra play on the total, or maybe a little extra dabble, getting a couple extra points against the number? Or are they saying, hey, boys, we messed up. We didn't really mean that. You got to re-roll. I don't know. Mags has no earthly clue, but I certainly know someone who does. And it's this here cubicle object, the immortal, the all-knowing, the ever-powerful object that be the Moneyline Dice. And they tell us in 3, in 2, in 1. Oh, it's a money line.
Uh-oh. Can't see.
Away money line. Away. The dice just said, "Hey Keith, have a day." Okay, away money line and a double down.
Okay, dice. Hey, 1-0 to start the new year are the dice. I don't know. Who am I? Who are we? I don't know. I seriously have no clue, though. But
the dice have spoken! If you want a guaranteed take one ticket, not two, not three, not four, just one ticket. Once again, double down on the money line here today per the Moneyline Dice. Not me, not Mags, but the all-knowing, ever-present, ever-powerful Moneyline Dice. Hammer in right here, right now. The Indiana Pacers on the money line in their matchup tonight with the New York Knicks.
Thank you, Dice.
Thank you, Dice. Okay, well,
Can't say
Dice don't give a damn what nobody thinks, huh? They just come in throwing bows. Not us. Hey, don't get mad at the two fucking goofballs you see on your screen. Get mad at these fuck sticks. Not my problem. Hey, nope. There you go. There you have it. Once your own set, you want to maybe they decide to do that to you and show you the middle finger while you roll them yourself. You get your own dice. You can throw them against the wall. Just beat them around. Let them know what you fucking think about them. You know, who knows? Go to moneylinedice.com. Get your own set. Enter code TTL10 at checkout. You get 10% off your first order over there. You can also pick up any merch you want. Working on getting a nice hat. I can rep them so you guys can see that stuff too. Nothing off limits. Enter code. Everything's right there in the old description. Always goes for every Moneyline Dice roll in the ticker. Outside of that, Pacers Moneyline. Thank you, Dice.
Thank you, Dice.
All right, 1-0 start for the year. There you go. There you have it. That does it. Moneyline Dice roll of the day. Okay, 14 minutes after the top of the hour. We got some more banter, a little bit of nonsense. Hey, you never stop good conversation, and partner, we've been having it here today. We've been good laughs, good little break in the chaos of the day-to-day world. That seems to be the start of every new year, if you will. So let's kick things off. Second half of the show. Burn some rubber. Talk some more nonsense. Talk some shit, most importantly. Banter back and forth just a little bit. Without further ado, RMags. Anything burn on the brain, melting on the heart, festering on the soul, you have been dying to get out to the kind folks that joined us on episode number 194 of the TTL Pod on this beautiful Tuesday of Bets, also known as January the 4th, 2022.
All right, dude. I wasn't sure what to bring to this one, but I'm interested in starting a little conversation as far as this time of the NFL year. I'm surprised we haven't seen any of this action quite yet. I guess it'll be about a week from now that we might. But let's do a little early predictions. A little safe or sorry NFL head coaches edition. New game. I'm bringing safe or sorry.
Look at this guy.
And let's kick it off because
you see this motherfucker.
Let's kick it off, dude.
Let's
kick it off. We didn't mention it yesterday. Weird rant. First one up on tap on the hot seat here. Joe Judge, New York Giants, 4-12 so far. We didn't talk about it yesterday.
We're one of them clown show organizations over here. Oh, give me a fucking break, Joe.
Bizarre rant. I believe it was Sunday after the game, after they got smoked by Matt Nagy and the Bears. Real bad over there. 3 points of Mike Lennon.
Chicago Bears.
I didn't listen to the whole thing. I don't know what provoked it, but he goes on this. I've heard from so many players that left that say they want to come back here. And it's just like, what are you talking about, dude? What, guys that went to the Jacksonville Jaguars and didn't want to play with Urban Meyer? Like, I imagine that's at least one or two guys. Well, a situation like that. Am I wrong? So I ask you, partner, safe or sorry, Joe Judge?
He's safe for another. Fuck.
Somehow
he's safe for another year. But if Giants owner, what's his name?
Mara, but their GM is Gettleman, who is also
Mara. Mara's the motherfucker who was kicking over trash cans, though. So if Mara has to kick over a few more trash cans and ends up hurting his pinky toe like your boy number 12, he ain't gonna fucking like it all too much, and I bet you he shit cans old Joe Judge. The whole point was for Joe Judge to be the CEO, if you will, and hire his own staff, bring in a whole new staff. Fuck, he's already gotten rid of his offensive coordinator after not even one full season. Then we bring in just somebody who's even more spectacular. We go from, all right, boys, here we go, big eyes, bright smiles, here we go, bright eyes, big smiles.
Clapper to Freddie Kitchens. Good grief, dude.
Throw the fucking ball. Fuck it, throw the fucking ball. Like, I did Jason Garrett to Freddie Kitchens. I don't know where the rationale is there. But Joe Judge ain't running no clown show organization over there. You better believe it. You better not get it fucking twisted. I think he's safe for one more year at least.
Somehow.
And
Danny Jones somehow also, who had the. It's like Danny Jones.
Who the hell else is going to pick him up? Everybody else sees how shit he is.
Danny Jones missing those games somehow, I think, helped Judge's job and Daniel Jones' job. Like if Jones played this entire season and they still were 4-12, I think they both might be canned.
Yeah.
I mean, I like what they've done defensively in some certain spots when healthy, the Giants. But
it's the only thing they've been able to do.
I know. As far as offensively, it is met. So somehow safe.
Okay, before wrapping up the Giants. I asked you this a little while ago. It's been a couple of weeks since I've asked you this off air. I don't think I ever asked you this on air. Is Saquon Barkley dead?
I'm a big fan of Saquon. Andy, he was my number one pick in our fantasy dynasty draft. So I'm gonna.
So that's a bad question to be asking you, huh?
Yeah, bad question to be asking me.
I don't think he's all the way dead, but I shout out. I love you, Saquon. You're a fucking god among men. That just you're a freak. You're a freak.
Well,
but
I don't think if they bring back the personnel that they have this year, then I think he's going to have a similar year. I think he's just been a product of a mess of an offensive play calling and system, honestly. So that's personally, from a bias standpoint, that's what I'm going to say. So I'm not ready to close the book on old Saquon yet.
Okay, well, there you go. Joe Judge, safe.
Sticking with the NFC East, I mean, I don't think anyone else. Two teams are in the playoffs. Washington's the only other team. Ron Rivera, it's definitely safe. They had a weird situation.
Man, okay, so like you have the fertilizer and like I put a flower on the screen and like and it grows up and it's the leaves and all the stuff underneath. This motherfucker has just done. Fertilized his happy ass right into the fucking playoffs. I mean,
Jalen Hurts is playing well too.
I mean,
dude.
Well. Let's take a pause for a minute, for a moment of silence, because that motherfucker could have not been playing in the entire playoffs, thanks to the wonderful facilities at the Washington football team that we'll talk about here in a little bit. Fucking fans trying to get high fives from him, leaning over the railing, and the damn railing just absolutely rips apart. I don't know how we didn't talk about that yesterday.
Yeah, seriously.
I tweeted it out, but it's just wonderful. And I mean, I'm talking the fans, and I mean, they fell inches from him. If that group of fans and that shit falls on top of him, he potentially has a season-ending, if not maybe career-ending injury.
Yeah,
like, what
100%.
the fuck?
That was like the scariest two kind of funny video I've ever seen, because I was like, oh my god, his legs, and then everything's fine, and the fans are just like, oh, what's up, dude?
Whoa, are you fucking serious? And they're all losing their fucking mind, and security's like, I can't, come on, like, are you whoa?
And then I think Washington tried to say like, oh, we asked them if they wanted medical attention or something like that, and the fans were like, fuck no, they didn't ask us that. They fucking told us to get the fuck back in the stands.
Goofy fucks.
Anyway,
either way, there you go.
Ron Rivera's safe.
Sirianni's safe. Sirianni looked like a total dipshit. Now he's safe as hell. Yeah, Rivera should be safe. I'm interested to see what happens with WFT or
I was gonna say
with
quarterback
WFT.
situation. I imagine they're gonna get pretty aggressive.
I don't know what did they only sign Fitzmagic to the 1-year deal, or what's up with that?
Oh yeah, I guess I totally forgot.
Because they shut him down preseason, so he didn't even get an opportunity, man. I mean,
he got hurt week 1.
Oh, was it in the? Oh yeah, it was in the game. It was in the game.
Yeah,
dude. And I was losing my mind over fucking Fitzmagic. Oh, dude, that would. Dude, that's another team. I was talking about being so wrong on the Browns yesterday.
Those two, I think, were our biggest misses.
Football team, man.
I guess
T's and P's to Chase
right?
Young, but fuck, I swung and missed on Chase Young, and I swung and missed on freaking. I mean, I was sitting in front of this here camera singing, "Oh ho ho, Fitzmagic."
You were.
Just
that was
losing my fucking mind, dude. And wowzo. So it might be interesting to go back to those, but I think Ron Rivera's safe, and if No, he's safe. He's safe. Your boy
Yeah, no,
M
he's safe.
your boy M squared safe as fuck is who I'm
Yeah.
thinking of. Um, they're kind of scuffling, dude. Is what I'm thinking. What I'm saying. They just offensively they don't
Cowboys?
look put together. Yeah, they don't look put together
We'll
offensively.
see, I guess.
That
Yeah.
defense is solid, but if they play a defense that can shut them down offensively, then they don't do good playing from behind. That's what they don't do well. So I don't know. Who else you got?
All right, switching over to the NFC North, my partner. I'll spare you for a second. How about Mike Zimmer? Vikings 7-9 right now. Missed the playoffs. Obviously didn't have Kirk Cousins the other night. I like Mike Zimmer a lot. Is it time for a change though?
So what? They got Clint Kubiak calling the plays, right?
I think
Calling the offensive
sounds
plays.
right. I think
that's
sounds
right. And then his son.
No, Clint is Gary
Zimmer.
Kubiak's son.
No. I know. I know.
sorry.
No,
My
no
bad, my bad.
shit. Like, what
Sorry.
do you think? Come on, kid.
say?
And then Mike Zimmer's son is the defensive coordinator. Is that right? Or
That sounds right, but I'm
think
not
that's
for
right
sure.
or something like that. So I don't know. I've been kind of trying to keep tabs on this. Obviously, us being Packers, Bears,
Sure.
you know, like, and Zimmer. Hey, shout out, Roll Birds,
Yeah,
ISU
I like Zimmer,
alumni.
dude.
I like Zimmer a lot. So I've kind of been trying to keep tabs on this, and it kind of seems like he is okay for now, but I think they're kind of like grooming his son and Kubiak to kind of like take the reins and see you
Maybe.
later, alligator.
Maybe. I am really interested because it's like, I mean, they're 7-9. They played how many close games? And it's like,
Gee.
they should have been a better team. So
Gee.
who do you blame? Do you blame Zimmer? Do you blame Kirk Cousins, who I know the fan base thinks is this really good quarterback who is aggressively mediocre, and getting way, way overpaid? And that's literally the second they brought him at whatever his money is compared to Case Keenum is when they started going in the trash. Kirk Cousins is a little better than Case Keenum, but for the dollar amount, Case Keenum down here, Kirk Cousins down here, and talent-wise being this close, that's what doomed them in my opinion. So I don't know if they make that switch or not.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Matt LaFleur's seat's pretty fucking hot. I think he's probably on his way out.
For sure, dude.
um,
I mean,
fuck
so
yeah.
I'm going to bring it up, and we don't have to go too deep into a rabbit hole. Is there any concerns on your end that Matt Nagy might actually be saving his job somehow?
Okay, so here's the thing, dude. There was some horseshit report, and it's the craziest thing. It is the craziest thing, bro.
Touche
It's
wins.
because we're in the media. It's because we're in the media is why I wear this fucking cynic hat.
Right.
Dude, there has not been that much rumblings. It's almost like been a guaranteed, like, oh yeah, Matt Nagy's getting fired. When a coach is getting fired, regardless of if everybody's like, oh yeah, that's fucking happened, or hush hush, everybody knows about it. And they're fucking actively looking for their new coach. Bears ain't doing that. What are we going to do? We're just going to fucking quick in the offseason. Fuck, we got to find somebody. You need to have somebody lined up now so we can start fucking installing shit so we don't look like a complete fucking clusterfuck come 2022 September next year. Please and thank you. So there's a little part of me that's like, what the fuck if he doesn't get fired? And then somebody brought up to me some bullshit article that really wasn't, I don't know how validated it was, but it was like, according to sources, Matt Nagy staying around or not going to stay around will probably not have a job. Like, it was just super vague. Like, most likely, probably shouldn't,
Right.
may not have
Which
a
means
job
they're
in Chicago.
speculating. They don't know.
Which is like, dude, fucking Matt Nagy might be back next year, and it's something Bears fans are like. I'm not saying. I'm just saying. I don't know.
I would be surprised.
I would fall out of this fucking chair, but everything I've seen over the course of the last 3 seasons out of this franchise, no, I don't put it by him. I don't put it by him.
I don't put it by
No.
him either.
No,
I mean,
no.
They historically just don't fire coaches mid-season.
who they gonna bring
so
in?
we'll see. Maybe a week from now, you might know.
Who the fuck they gonna bring in?
Chances are they're going to try and bring in someone on this new wave of offense, whether they can find someone else off the McVay tree or one of these other newer
I just don't think they're
offensive
smart
minds.
enough to do that. I don't think they're
I
smart
think they're
enough to
running
do
out
that.
of options as far as those guys are concerned.
Yeah, they're fucking going quick, fast, and in a hurry. And now
Right.
Byron Leftwich is
Like-
fucking already packing his bags for Jacksonville to reunite with his old team. So there goes one of the best options off the
Yeah.
table.
Okay, so this will move us because
can't
one
do it,
head,
Mags.
or
I can't do it,
one,
Mags.
One name that would have popped into my head, but
Fucking
he
Bears.
has since been fired as OC. Is Joe Brady was fired as OC. The Panthers came in as a young gun hot coach. He's out of there. That could be a potential name, but sticking with their head coach currently, Matt Rule, 5-11, getting some bad publicity as far as how this team has been playing the last few weeks. But if you watched him, it's been a dumpster fire at quarterback.
Bad. bad.
What do you think on that one?
As far as Carolina?
Safe or sorry, Matt Rule?
Safe or sorry, Matt Rule. I think he's safe for one. Maybe not.
I don't know that we've heard enough rumblings about him.
No, Shad Khan is the Jags.
Jacksonville.
I can't think of who's Carolina's. Either way, he's close. He's really. I mean, he is on the brink of man, oh man. Like, they didn't have a good season at all. And like, what are you going to? You honestly sit. Yeah, one of mine too. I thought they were going to be big, but with what we saw this year, what do you sit back and I honestly too? I think CMC's kind of broken as well. Like, I just don't ever think he's going to be the same CMC.
Maybe not broken, but just can't stay healthy.
I think he's going to battle fucking injuries the rest of his career, and I hate that because he's so sick, and I love him as a human being. He's such a cool ass dude, but damn, dude, what realistically what realistically can you look at me and say next year? Oh, this is how we're going to improve. This is how we're going to do better than 5-11, 5-12. Oh shit, we finished 5-13 in the first ever 18 game season. I mean, but again, I don't. Here's a different rabbit hole. Teams are going to have to start expanding their fucking searches and start hiring guys that haven't been the hireable guys in the past, that have not been like the head coaches they're going to have to start dipping their toes into some of these young offensive minds. I mean, Brandon Staley, scuffled kind of at the end here. He was a defensive mind, obviously, but some of these younger
equivalent defensively, though.
Some of these younger guys, man, you're going to have to start taking a risk on, and you're going to start having to dipping the toes in the water.
So my case for Matt Rule, in one case that I thought they were going to be better this year, is that everywhere he's coached, and obviously this is his first stop in the NFL, everywhere he's coached, it was like dumpster fire year 1, pretty respectable year 2, and then actually really, really good year 3. He did that at Baylor. He did that somewhere else in college, and now he's here. And obviously this one, I think I picked like over 7.5, so I was kind of predicting them to be solid 500 team, and they were for a minute, but I don't know the way it's going. I think if they can't figure out a quarterback situation, I think they're doomed again next year to the same shit.
Yeah, Sam Darnold ain't worth a plug nickel. Sorry, Sam. It is what it is, bub. I probably couldn't play quarterback in the NFL either. Fucking them trying to have the Superman miracle, that would have been awesome if that worked out, but that's another miss we had, man. I just thought that Cam Newton's freaking shoulder was all I thought it was better. I thought he was going to be better, and he just can't really throw a football anymore. He's still a dog. He has a great mentality. He's still fucking 10 yards and in. Give me all of Cam Newton. I've said it before on this show, but any more than that, no thanks.
All right, 2 more.
Yep.
One first up, Vic Fangio, Denver, 7-9. Been very mediocre.
Yeah, I think he could be shit canned. I think he could be sorry for sure.
I was going to say all of their wins this season: Giants, Jags, Jets. Yeah, that was their first 3.
It was
bad teams.
It wasn't
bad teams.
It wasn't great, and even Teddy Two Gloves, Teddy Covers couldn't save him, man. Like.
Lions,
even then, they weren't fucking terrific. Like, we thought the Broncos were going to have a real shot at the AFC West. Like, we were talking pretty highly about them. At least, like, we thought the AFC West was going to be as muddy as the NFC West. Like, it was tight to start things off, especially how it kind of started off. Like, Broncos are kind of winning. Damn, Chiefs are losing. Raiders are winning. Whoa, Chargers are winning too. Wow, this is going to be tight. And now it's kind of even playing field back again. It would be funny, though, to see the Jags beat the fucking Colts and the Raiders and Chargers both get in on a damn. They could literally tie and both get in. Right. That would be absolutely electric. Speaking of AFC West, but
Denver's another team. Like, where do you go?
Yeah, where do you go?
You're right in the middle of the pack. Unless you can figure out how to entice a star quarterback, I mean, we don't need to get into this rabbit hole, but potentially, I guess, Wilson and Rodgers could be on the market. Denver is obviously, if that is the case with either of those two guys, they're going to be playing for that.
Shit, yeah, it could be that Rodgers, because Denver was a pretty severe rumbling. And, maybe he ain't fucking staying. No, there's no way he's staying. Okay. He's enticing all you freaking Lambeau fans with all of these love fingers and all of this shit.
Didn't need to get in the rabbit hole. What were you going to say about the Broncos?
Just to keep you guys happy, so you're not as depressed, and you guys will keep the spirits up through this playoff run, and not to be all depressed is when he actually just absolutely rips the rug out from underneath all you cheese producers.
Sure.
And just have to live a miserable existence under terrible quarterback play and non-existent defense. So I digress. What was your question?
I have no idea. You were going to mention something about the Broncos, but
oh yeah,
know.
like all these, maybe if all these like preseason, like, oh, Rodgers is going here, Rodgers is going there, this is happening this year. Maybe all of that is like all those destinations are where the chips are gonna fall this upcoming year.
But they've done that the last like 5 ever since Peyton Manning left. They've been basically trying to recreate that and bring in someone else again, and they keep striking out. And I think they could be in that same boat again.
And I'm not sure like you bring Rodgers in, and I mean, he could be an immediate fix, to be honest with you, especially with the
make him a playoff
offensive
team,
it would make him a playoff team for sure. And yeah, I mean, that's yeah. You guys don't fucking score if you don't have Aaron Rodgers. That's just
okay. We do.
Piss off, dude.
We do though.
Bullshit.
Okay. Moving on. We just mentioned
Lambeau.
Yeah, whatever. We just last one, and we've been kind of talking about it since the offseason, partner. We thought it was going to be time in the offseason, and it is much worse than we predicted. We were right on the head for the most part on this one. Seattle Seahawks, Pete Carroll, 6-10. Russell Wilson playing rough. I think, despite his hand injury, not playing well, I think Russ has got a lot of superstar football left in him.
They need to blow it up.
I think so. They either need to choose Russ and blow everything else, or most of everything else up, because you and I have been talking, they've got a core of 5, 3 on offense, 2 on defense, that their best 5 guys stack up against anybody in the league, and after that, it falls off a damn cliff, and their play calling has been abysmal.
Awful.
Is Pete Carroll gone?
I think he needs to be, man. I think they're out of the NFC West contention if he's not, man. I think he needs to go back to college and start running shit there again.
Or call it a day.
Russ is going to be expired goods, man. He's wasting his career right now. Like, it is not, the play calling is not good, and it's not something that I think any Seattle Seahawks fan should be excited about. No. And, oh boy.
It reminds me of the end of Rodgers McCarthy, except even worse. I mean, the last couple of years of Rodgers McCarthy was not good at all, and this is an even worse case. It reminds me of this because I think the roster is, like I said, just less depth. And I don't know. I mean, it seems like Wilson and Metcalf, they had a big day the other day against the Lions, but for a while it was seeming, I don't know, DK Metcalf, either he was just pissed off because of the losses, or him and Russ got some type of beef. I don't know, dude.
Got something
it's been a weird
going
situation,
on, man.
Right?
He's had some really bad body language. His body language has been really fucking weird on the field. Like, he caught a touchdown pass, and like before it, he was just like, he knew it was coming to him, and it's just like he didn't even care. Like, it was so weird. You're right. It's been really,
this past Sunday was his biggest day in a while.
Yeah, it's been really bizarre as to what's going on with old DK there. But appreciate you bringing that up. No other coaches? Speaking of one we completely swung and missed on, I wasn't as much in the boat on this, but you were beating the fuck. Zach Taylor, boy.
Yeah.
Zach Taylor, the fucking AFC North Division champion, Cincinnati Bengals, led by Zach Taylor. That's fucking nuts, man.
I thought he was gonna stink.
Yeah,
Zach Taylor. That is
I did
not
too.
necessarily. I don't know. I didn't know what to expect from the Bengals. Yeah,
I was in the boat with you. It wasn't like I was like, no, fuck you, you're not right.
I threw that down.
That was like your best bet.
To be first fighter.
That was like your shit for sure. But
hey man, Joey Burrow making a run at comeback player of the year now. Those odds have shifted to him and Dak neck and neck.
Yeah, we'll see what happens there, man. I mean, it's crazy that they made the playoffs. I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with their run. They're gonna make for an interesting opponent to whoever gets them. Period. Point blank. Period. Because they prove that they can go and beat Kansas City. And regardless of if that game was in Cincinnati or in Kansas City, I'm still backing the Bengals in that spot. Like, I think the Chiefs are favored by a field goal wherever that game's played, regardless. And I'm taking Cincinnati 10 times out of 10.
If they both, it looks like we're going to get that set up for a divisional matchup, I think. If Titans, Kansas City, and Bengals all win this weekend, which is very possible, and then they both win wild card, they'll play each other in Kansas City for the divisional game.
Dude, I know it's kind of selfish, but I would really like to see the Jags knock off the Colts this weekend.
I know, me too.
That would be really fun. And then just to watch a complete suckfest between the Raiders and the Chargers, because they see it happen like midway through the first quarter. They see it happen in their game, and then they're just like, well, you guys just want to like kneel it out the rest of the fucking game.
Did you see? I didn't hear it, and then I saw it on Twitter. Roger Goodell mentioned something about it as far as like he has like some type of like forfeit clause where he can force both of them to forfeit the game if they do some fugazi shit like that, as far as kneeling everything out.
Was that on Monday Night Manning?
Yeah, last night.
Damn,
yeah.
I wasn't listening that close.
And then someone was like,
"Fuck,
thanks for no fun, Roger." I'm like, goodness gracious.
Damn,
dude.
what a you see. That's why I wasn't listening that close, because he's got some goofy ass shit like that in.
Yeah, as far as Roger, that was the only one of the four I was not listening to on that one last night.
Yeah, but it was
He stinks.
It was a good. Yeah, he's not the best. It was a good one though. It was solid.
It's good Manning cast outside of him. Oh, very good.
Excellent Manning cast. Great one for sure. I'm glad they're back. Glad they're going to be here throughout the playoffs. I guess that's why they said they were, because I watched it all the way through the end last night, like until they were like, all right, see y'all later. Like, but they're going to be.
Did they say next week on Saturday? Because I think ESPN's got one or two next week.
Whatever they're on, I don't know, but they're like, we'll see you in the playoffs next week, or we'll see you in the whatever the hell it was. So I'm not sure if they're taking a week off and then the week after. I don't know, but at least we got the Manning cast for the playoffs, which is fucking cool. So yeah, there you go. Speaking, Washington football team name coming out. Who knows what the hell's going on there?
That's right.
Not the Red Wolves or not the Wolves. So, I think the Washington football team just sticks. What the hell else she gonna do at this point? Like,
they're the fucking football team. That's who they are.
I'm good. Any wrapping up thoughts on the football team? I got nothing else. I'm good on that. Also wrote a note. Jags. Got a couple of questions for you.
Okay. It's big old swing and a miss, by the way. I was drinking some delusional Kool-Aid this offseason on the old Jags.
Same. Big same.
I would say I'm going to come out and say that was probably our biggest whiff right there.
All caps.
Yeah.
Same.
Not saying that. We didn't say playoff team.
No. They're going to win at least 6 or 7 here, boys. We're going to see something. Fuck no. They're going to lose their whole coach. Okay, so question 1.
Okay.
Go ahead. First,
well,
as long as
I was
going to
say, we sound like we're talking about some shit losses that sound horrible. We had some real nice wins as well, people. Don't judge us by our 3 gigantic swings and misses.
Hold on. Be cool. Everybody be cool out there. Relax, okay? But if you're Trevor Lawrence, what do you believe anymore, man? Like, what as like, there's no way you want to stay in that building anymore as the number 1 overall pick. You all hyped, you all excited, yeehaw, and then you watch a guy who was taken, whenever the Patriots took Mac, fucking 10, 12,
16 or something like that,
15 spots after you, whatever it was, and you watch him absolutely balling out on your fucking team, and you look like a fucking clown show. You think he enjoys that? Hell no. He comes from Clemson, where they did nothing but win national championships and ball out when he was there. And now there was this vision, and this coach sold him on this vision, and come join us, and this is what we're going to do, and yabbity, yabbity, yabbity. And now we don't even know where that fuckstick is. That fuckstick might be in the basement of some bar in Ohio somewhere. Who knows what he's doing? But he's disappeared. So I ask you, where do you go from here if you're the Jacksonville Jags and you're Trevor Lawrence? And even if they bring in Byron Leftwich, does that fix it?
I mean, I think I don't know is the first question, because even if they're going to have some good draft capital, but even after that, the roster
they did last year.
I know it's going to take a couple of years of having some good draft capital is kind of what I'm saying. And how the hell are you going to entice free agents to come there right now?
Forget that.
I mean, you have to hit a fucking home run swing on a head coach is what you or an offensive coordinator, but probably a head coach, offensive guru type mind.
Yeah.
And you almost need Trevor Lawrence to hand pick him almost, or at least sign off on him. Because, I don't know, dude. It's going to be messy. He does probably get his guy Travis Etienne back, though, next year, which helps a little bit. But probably no James Robinson, unfortunately. But
bummer.
I don't know, man. It is a mess, and I don't know. Like, there's just a stink on that franchise that I don't know how you get it off.
Yeah, I don't know how you do either, man. That's what really just gives me the most pause, and I just I
And
don't
then
know
see
when. I
that
don't know when the
pull in
Jags are better again. I just don't know when the Jags become better
No.
again, and that sucks. They have such a great vibe and everything. I don't know when they become a winning franchise again. So there you go. There you have it. Not to close it off with some shitty shit there for Jags fans, but yikes. There you go. There you have it. A couple of last minute TTL announcements for do some motivation minutes and get everybody out of here. Wise Words, Season 2, Episode 5, live in prime time, featuring the legendary Jared Smith, lead betting analyst and content creator for PicksWise. Check that one out. Electric episode, loaded with nothing but wise words as per usual, but very solid episode. No episode this week with the holidays and everything. Been telling you guys have had some trouble getting everybody secured. So we decided no show last Wednesday or this Wednesday. Looks like we should be good to go for next Wednesday. We'll let you guys know all of that action, but check out the previous shows for now. Cup of Joe on campus back in action this upcoming Saturday. We got NFL Saturday games.
Oh, that's right.
And so maybe since we don't have college football games to do, maybe we just do college basketball and NFL this week. I'm not sure. Maybe we do a little something, so we just do Friday picks on Friday's show as not to just have a fucking 2.5 hour show and go through. Maybe we just do that on Cup of Joe on campus as well. I know that doesn't really make sense, but hey, maybe we talk about the colleges that the NFL players went to and we can write it off in that. Sure. Yeah,
sure.
Yeah,
big old
like
college basketball slate to keep us busy.
Oh, yeah.
For sure
150%. No question. UFC back next week. You'll see my UFC blog. I'm working on that other blog. Talked about yesterday. Working on that. Getting that ready to rock and roll. RMags Extra Cheddar, one final week. Well, probably two more weeks that you're going to see that Extra Cheddar. So not many more opportunities. Make sure you get in while you do have the chance to be able to bet on that. And then outside of that, always stay tuned, locked into our social medias. Go to talkingtheline.com. Everything in between. Linktree in this episode's description for all of our new latest and greatest content. Any updates happening to TTL as a whole. Everything in between. So there you go. There you have it. Partner, anything else from your side of the screen to wrap up the nonsense of the second half of the show?
No, sir. I think we've let out enough nonsense. Not any breaking news coming off across the desk that I've seen, really. So let's get it wrapped up, dude.
100%. These 2 hours just fly by like nobody's business whatsoever. Yeah. So there you go. There you have it. Second half of the show. Wrap things up for the final segment of the day, my motivation minutes. I'll keep it short and sweet for you guys. Actually, it's time for quote of the month. New quote, new month, new year, new everything in between. And it's not a Chinese New Year, but I got a Chinese proverb for you. How about that? So, I did a little bit of a dad joke for you. This one's actually really solid. This one is live on my calendar. It'll be there the entire month, and it's one that I'm going to be coming back to a lot. It definitely speaks volumes. Let me tell it to you, and I'll give you a little bit of perspective here, but the proverb is, persistence can grind a steel beam down to a needle. Persistence can grind a steel beam down to a needle. So, I mean, I just think it's so important because so often we come to crossroads in life where we can give up and keep doing the same monotonous bullshit or go back into the shell of our lives, if you will, or break out, try carving a path on the road less traveled and seeing where it goes. And so often when we come to those times, we have the opportunity to either be persistent and keep moving, keep shaking, keep grooving, everything in between, or just give up and throw in the towel and just walk away. And the easy thing to do is walk away. Being persistent is hard as hell. And the thing is it's funny that they use, because it's almost like the quote has two meanings in and of itself. Persistence can grind a steel beam down to a needle. Okay, obviously persistence is the key to success. You have persistence, you can pretty much do anything. But the other part is how long it takes to grind a steel beam down to a needle. It's going to take you a while. It's going to be a long, hard road. But if you stay persistent, you can finally grind down a huge, thick steel beam into the tip point of a needle. So, not much else I need to say on that. That's kind of the perspective behind it. That's the thought process, the mindset for this month, if you will. Persistence and gratitude. That's all we're worried about this month. And living by this quote, the Chinese proverb, persistence can grind a steel beam down to a needle. And that does it for my motivation minutes of the day.
I like it a lot, dude. I will not waste too much time as we're getting close to the 12 o'clock hour, but I like that a lot, dude. I like that a lot.
There you go. There you have it. Officially my motivation minutes. Appreciate you, partner. Okay, that's the show. Let's get out of here. We got work to do. Nothing else on this end of the world. Yep, looks like we're ready to rock and roll. So for the second time this week and the second time of the new year, ladies and gentlemen, degenerates, gamblers, bettors, everyone in between, far and wide, for myself and Mags. Thank you so much for choosing to stop by episode number 194 of the Talking the Line podcast on this absolutely beautiful January 4th, 2021. We cannot tell you how much we appreciate each and every one of you for your likes, your retweets, your comments, your shares, your follows, your subscriptions, your views, everything in between that you can possibly do on this here intraweb. We see it. We see you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. From the bottom of our hearts, you have allowed us to continue to chase this passion, continue to hang out with you guys every single day for an entire year. So thank you, thank you, thank you. We're only going to keep making it bigger and better and going straight for the moon for each and every one of you. Last but not least, we hope you have a spectacular rest of your Tuesday, unless you have any other plans. Lock in all of today's best bets. Go back, check them out in case you missed any of them, and stop by the end of the show and the end of every single show so you can say right alongside my partner and I, let's cash some tickets.